Joining us to talk about it, what is playing out in the retail landscape, is the legendary Mickey Drexler, CEO of Alex Mill, former CEO of J. Crew, and yes, the aforementioned The Gap. Now, Alex Mill. I got to say, I'm down with some of your corduroy jackets, Mickey. I look dapper in corduroy. We'll talk about that later. Where do we stand right now with the consumer stimulus starting to wear off a bit, some of the savings starting to wear off? How do you see the macro environment right now?
Well, again, all of this is my opinion. I think it's, as you both said at the beginning, it's a rough environment. I think, in my opinion, it's all about the product and the merchandise or about cheap prices. I also don't think there's a lot of great product out there in the apparel world. And that always was the primary purpose of being in the business, to have good merchandise that people like on an emotional and practical level. Now, the other part of people shopping is cheap prices. If you go online or go to stores, I've never seen as much Black Friday-ish days start so early. And 40 to 60, sometimes up to 70% off, which only says people are going to wait till perhaps they get a better deal.
I'm going to ask you a question, Mickey, which I don't know, may or may not get me fired. Who knows? Because we do so much of it in 2 days' time. Does Black Friday, the day, the actual just one day, Friday, does it matter anymore?
I think it's a cliche. And, the TV news shows people breaking down the doors. But it's kind of like they do every year on Thanksgiving travel day. So I don't think it matters that much, but I think it helps retailers do what they normally do, which is discount their goods even more. But it's worn off to me. It's boring, but, I'm not maybe the typical consumer, but that's my own opinion. I think it's a really good question. By the way, the other thing I wanted to say, where, the merchandise is number one. A lot of people are looking at analytics over merchandise. And I don't know any analytics that drive a business forward. The good old-fashioned instinct, gut, and merchandising ability and marketing, I think has not been a priority. Now, I can't quantify that, but when I read about retail, I don't see many people talking about the goods they make. And I think that's also impacting the market. I think that's going to add.
Well, I mean, and of course, listen, every day we all get a little bit older, and the younger folks will always say, well, the old people are so far behind. It's all about, computers, and humans don't matter anymore. I don't know if a computer is making decisions at the department store, but the last time I walked through a department store, it's like somebody barfed up the 70s with bell bottoms and crop tops. So if that computer is making up the decisions, somebody needs to unplug that darn computer. Merchandising does matter, especially now because my family, my wife works at Consumer Products, Mickey, and everybody couldn't get anything for a year and a half because of supply chain issues. Then they over-ordered, and this is everybody. Now they have too much. Do you think tomorrow or next week or next year the business will reset from this COVID wobble that we were in?
I don't have a crystal ball. I don't think it'll reset until there's less sale, less stores, less merchandise, and less discounting, along with inflation, which makes it very difficult. But I don't see personally a reset happening. We're not counting on it. I don't think anyone really. There's no one, even the earnings this week, they're up, they're down, they're around.
I can't figure them out, Mickey. I can't figure them out. There seems to be no pattern.
Well, I agree. And this is just when I ran public companies, everything's based on forecasts, not on actual. So everyone beats their expectation. But I don't know what that means. We're running, November and end of October are really rough. And who knows what's going to happen this Friday? It'll be the same old. They can rerun the news from the last 5 years. but it's tough, and I don't think it's going to be easy. Inflation is still there. You know, they say it might be improving. I went to a coffee shop last week with a friend. We both ordered eggs and toast and coffee. The bill was $68. They had a tip to that, and it used to be the price of a nice lunch. And that's staring people in the face every day. Gasoline, food prices, clothing prices. I don't think it's a particularly ebullient environment to come, my opinion.
Yeah, and you wonder, is that people had a lot of money. They saved money during COVID. They didn't travel. Stimulus checks. A lot of money came into the American pocketbook, so I don't think they were as price sensitive. Is that a fair statement? They would be, because you didn't, by the way, you didn't have to discount, did you? Because if people are willing to pay full price, you're willing to sell it to them at full price, I would imagine.
Well, the reality is, look, the most successful earnings, TJX, Carol Meyer, which is a great merchant, her earnings are terrific. You know why? Because everyone is selling her goods always at now probably the lowest prices ever. And she carries every single brand, or TJX does, that people make, in fact. Yeah. But that tells you where the world's going. I've been in the business a long time, and I think the business has a bit of a shakeout. The pandemic came and pushed a lot of people out, which was healthy. It was bad. It was happening anyway, if you look at the trends. Yeah.